Terminology in the game of golf can get a little confusing, and frankly, sometimes there are terms that mean a couple of different things. One of those is blocking. Blocking. Now, when you think of block, you think in a down the line view, the club is coming too much underneath and it's working out this way, and you block the ball to the push side. That's true. That's a block. But the reason why you block is because you block before you block. I know. What? Let's come back to this one. So, why do we block when the club gets underneath? Because we don't clear the lead hip. If the lead hip starts to go like this, there's nothing rotationally that's bringing the golf club into the strike, and we start blocking the ability to rotate. That's what happens. There's a blocking that causes the body to not spin, so now we have to take our arms in our hands and do something. Well, as we start to drive that hip that way, now the club starts to work underneath, and now we block with the club. But the blocking of the club happens because of a blocking of the hip. We got to get this hip to go back. And so there's a couple of things that you need to do in order for you to get this hip to get out of the way. One of the things that you need to do is you need to get this feeling that you're straightening your lead leg. And this little drill right here, where you just go down a little bit into the lead leg, and then you just straighten up. Now, that's the first thing. When I'm straightening up so that my hip is over the ankle. Go back to that down the line shot there, Gibbsy. So what happens is that when I go like this, and I go up like that, there's no rotation because I'm not moving my hip back. When I start to take my hip and I go back, that's when I start to get rotation. So I'm actually pushing my body weight this way. I'm pushing with the lead leg this way. I'm not pushing this way. It's not like I'm jumping straight up. I'm actually pushing back and jumping back. And that's why you see a lot of players when they're using their lead foot, they're pushing back like this. You might see a toe come up like a Tony Finau, where that toe comes up in the air and he pivots that way. You see other players who are pushing back, and you see this lead leg almost kind of reset back here. It happens particularly with people that are driving the ball. Justin Thomas, his foot is kind of moving all over the place. He's up off of that toe and then sliding like that because there's a lot of pushing that goes on, all right? So what you have to get the feel of is this. You're just going to feel this go like this, and I'm not swinging. Feel this like this, and then push back. Push back. And when you start to push back, you can see this lead leg straighten up, and you can see this hip go back. So you can see in the grips that I have behind there, when I push back, all of a sudden you see more grips. So here, boom. Now, there's a rotation. So here, push back. I didn't quite push back as well as I could have there. I kind of pushed more up in that one, and I felt it in my toes. And when you push up, you won't really feel a lot of heel pressure in the lead foot. When you push back, you're going to feel a lot of heel pressure, okay? It almost feel like you're falling backwards. That was really good. Try this again, slowly. Okay, so that's pushing back. That's pushing back. That was good. Now you got to tie this together with one additional thing here, but let's just get good at this. So here, good. Really good. Now, the next part is you got to tie two things together. So this hip is going to push back, but what allows that hip to push back is this hip pushing forward. So this hip pushes forward, the right hip pushes forward, and the left hip is getting pushed back. So right foot, trail foot, push forward. The hip is almost pushing linearly, like parallel to the strike line like that. Go down the line with this, Gibbsy. So boom, and all of a sudden you start to see that lead hip go. So boom, like that. So we do them together slowly. Do it together slowly. one hip is getting pushed along the line, and one hip is getting pushed back. Oh, that was exceptional. Try this again now. This is a great power source. This is something that is going to give you effortless power. I was actually giving a lesson not long ago, working with somebody to get them to understand how they could gain more power with less effort. And all of a sudden, their club head speed. Now, this took a little bit of time. It was probably 45 minutes later of doing the same thing. And I'm pushing that trail hip, and I'm pulling that lead hip, and I'm getting those feet to do whatever. And all of a sudden, the club head speed just goes flying through the roof, and the effort goes down. So speed goes up, effort goes down, which is another way where you can play better golf. So you get this feeling of this hip going like this. I get the feeling that, like, I imagine there's let me get this alignment stick. So when I put this on the ground here, I get the feeling that this hip is being pushed along that line, not towards that line, but along that line like that. And then I'm pushing this hip away from that line. So along the line and away from the line. Boom, like that. Now along the line and away from the line. And I mean, I didn't even feel like I swung the club at that point, and the golf ball exploded. That one there was moving at 107. I didn't feel like, I mean, I just felt like a chip. Same thing again. Oh, yeah. And that one, I moved at just like, that felt like I was a half speed, and it's 114 miles an hour of ball speed. 70, what did I get? 79 miles an hour of club head speed. So that hip is being pushed this way, so you're going that way with that hip, right? That way. And then this hip back. It's like closing the door. So let's see if we can get a little more speed here. I mean, that was so simple, it was ridiculous. Is this going to go in the bucket? Is it going to go in the bucket? Yes, it's going to go in the bucket. And I didn't even do anything. What was that? 117 miles an hour ball speed. That was simple. I know this is going to help you improve your speed. I've done this too many times with players, and I've seen the speed increase of the club head just go flying through the roof. And this is how you get out of blocking. When these hips are driving towards that, when these hips are sliding along, you're in a block mode. Like there's nothing that's going to carry this club. But when this thing goes like this and this thing goes like that, you're not blocking anymore. You are sprinting. Here we go. I'm going to give this one a little pow-pow here. Here we go. I got it a little thin. 85. So this is a great one. Come on up to the front here, Gibbsy, because this is a great one. So I only got 113 miles an hour of ball speed there, but I got 85 miles an hour of club head speed. The last one that I had about 80 miles an hour of club head speed. I got 117 out of the ball, but I thinned it, but I moved it faster. So all I got to do now is hit it solidly. I know. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. Let's go. So push and push. There we go. This one is it. Come to Papa. No, it's not good. There's no bucket there because it's going over it. Up to the front. Look at this. Now, 85 miles an hour of club head speed. So I got that 85 miles an hour club head speed, but I got it in the center of the club face. 121 miles an hour of ball speed there. That one carried 82 and went to 184. I mean, it's pretty simple. Very simple for you. Here's what you're going to do. Get out of the blocking, get into the sprinting, get that lead hip to push back. I told you that drill, down and back, so you're going to push back, and then this hip is going to push forward, right along the toe line. Push it like that, and when you start to push out of there and push out of there, all of a sudden you get a lot of rotation, you get a lot of speed. This club head's going to go really, really fast, and guess what? Effort is going down, and distance is going up. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.